Joining me today are Department of Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano, as well as Vice President of the Commission of the European Union and Commissioner for Justice Viviane Reding, and Cecilia Malmström, Commissioner for Home Affairs. Also with us are the Minister of Justice of Belgium, Stefan de Klerk, and Minister of Home Affairs, Annemie Terboom. We also welcome representatives of the next presidency from Hungary, Deputy Minister and Minister for Public Administration and Justice, Navracsics, and Minister for the Interior, Pinter. Over the past 2 days, Secretary Napolitano and I have had the opportunity to once again participate in the European Union, United States Justice and Home Affairs Ministerial, my fourth ministerial since taking office. I truly believe that the work that we do together is a testament to the importance that the United States attaches to its justice and law enforcement relationships with the EU and its member states. The topics that we have discussed at our meeting, ranging from coordination of our work on counterterrorism and transnational crime to understandings on protecting the privacy of personal information, to air transportation, security, and immigration, illustrate both the extent and the depth of the EU-US law enforcement relationship. That relationship is paying dividends on both sides of the Atlantic. Over the past several months, we have worked together on cases involving major fraud, corruption, and bribery, narcotic trafficking, computer crimes, and child exploitation, among other issues. Our cooperation has had a real impact in putting criminals behind bars and protecting our citizens, and has made both the United States and Europe safer. As our colleagues return home, I hope they know that we look forward to continuing this strong and productive partnership in the years ahead. And I'll turn to Secretary Napolitano.
Well, thank you, and let me just join the Attorney General in saying we've had very productive conversations with our European colleagues on confronting the common threats that we face. The threat environment that we confront, particularly that involving terrorism sometimes committed in the name of Islam, is constantly evolving. It requires that we continue to be partners and that we evolve and adjust our methodologies as well. We discussed a number of issues, as Attorney General Holder said. One of them was cybersecurity and the establishment of a United States-EU working group. We actually created this in Lisbon during the summit there, but now we're off in terms of the actual collaboration that will be done. We talked about aviation security and all the things that have happened since the January 2010 meeting in Toledo, Spain, between the United States and the EU on improving and building on international cooperation where passenger security is involved. We are now embarked upon the actual negotiation of what's called the PNR agreement, passenger name record agreement, which will build on the agreement that we had in 2007, but will allow us to continue to share critical information where the protection of passenger and passenger aircraft are concerned. So that just gives you a sense or a flavor of some of the issues that were raised and discussed. And I want to thank particularly the Attorney General for hosting the meeting this time, and to our colleagues for coming to the United States, coming to Washington, D.C. For these discussions.
Next, turn to European Commission Vice President and Commissioner for Justice Reding and Commissioner for Home Affairs Malmström.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had very fruitful discussions in line with the starting during this mandate of the new Commission, which we had in spring this year in Madrid. So we are continuing to advance very quickly, and of course we have taken very seriously what 2 weeks ago in Lisbon on the EU-US summit our leaders have been discussing on the necessity to advance on security issues, and they have in the same time, rightly so, underlined also the need for working towards a data protection agreement in order to make it easier for all the security transfer of data, which are absolutely necessary in order to ensure the security of our citizens, to have at the same time also the protection of personal data. So today we have centered our discussions on the immediate next steps to negotiate such an agreement on data protection. From the part of the Europeans, there is a mandate, there is a chief negotiator, and as we speak here, our chief negotiator, together with the US counterparts, is having exploratory discussions in order to see how we can advance on this topic. We have made our homework, now the ball is in the field of our American counterparts, and we hope that until the next meeting we will have in Budapest, we will have advanced it in a serious way so that we can link together security expectations and the protection of rights.
Thank you very much. Very glad to be here. We have indeed discussed a lot of extremely important things today regarding the security issues, where we do have a common agenda, and we can only move forward by doing this together, addressing the threat of cyber criminality. I'm very happy about the launching of the cyber group that Secretary General Napolitano made reference to. We also discussed terrorism, how we can address this issue of increased radicalization in our societies, and we launched also the negotiations on PNR. PNR is a very important tool to fight terrorism and organized crime, and we will move as quick as possible from both sides in order to set up an agreement that takes into consideration the needs for security, but also with the relevant passenger protections. We also voiced from the European Union side our concerns about ESTA. We have also sent them into the relevant American authorities. We think it is a problem in our joint ambition to increase the mobility over the Atlantics, and this is of course creating some annoyance for the European citizens. It's been a very good and fruitful meeting, and I'm extremely thankful to our American colleagues for organizing this and for us advancing on the joint security agenda.